Happy Friday, Plymouth. Buckle up. This one's going to be a long one. I just want to make sure that you come here. I kind of told you all on Wednesday how the budget process works. But today I want to kind of delve into exactly what's in the budget. Give you a little bit of an overview, not everything, just the highlights, as of course I see them, but please, if there's anything you have questions about, reach out. I want to be able to explain all the things that are in this binder in my computer, all the things. I'm happy to have a conversation and get more information if I don't have an answer for you. But this week, we'll start that we approved overall a $61.47 billion budget, which is $500 million below Governor Maura Healey's budget that she presented in January. And so from there, as I already explained, into the House Ways and Means. And through that process, each representative gets to put forth amendments to the budget, which we did through, I did with Representative LaNatra, and we had a conversation with Senator Fernandez so that he understands and we all understand we're all on the same page, no overlapping and all of that. So here's what we've got for local funding that Representative LaNatra and I advocated for. So $50,000 for the police department for public safety barriers so that they can be used during events and parades. As we know, we're currently using big vehicles, trash and vehicles and others alike, and this could be used in replacement of that. $15,000 for High Point Treatment Center to be used for outpatient services. $10,750 for Herring Pond Wampanoags to build a We2 at their Pondville Meeting House, which will be really cool because it will be both a wonderful way for the Herring Pond to share cultural traditions, but also within the tribe, but also with non-natives and community members alike once everything is built in and processed. So that will be a great opportunity for all of us. Really excited to see that. $50,000 for the Fire Chiefs Association of Plymouth County to maintain the upgrade of the emergency communication systems to provide for mass casualty and major operation incident planning and training. Really important, as we know. $150,000 for Harbor Health in their planned expansion of Plymouth Community Health Center, and $25,000 for ADA upgrades for the historic Plymouth Training Ground in downtown Plymouth. Or training green, not training ground. So here's a little bit, if that's all you want to know what's happening in Plymouth, that's what we've got for Plymouth so far. But remember, it's all still needs to go through the process, which we'll talk about at the end. We have $1.95 billion in funding from the Fair Share Amendment that will go to education and transportation. If I'm looking over, I'm just making sure I don't miss any highlights. For local education, the local minimum aid went from $104 to $150 per pupil. Very exciting in this budget. Biggest increase in a really long time. $483.2 million for circuit breaker special education reimbursements, $28.7 million for homeless student transportation. We continued the free universal meals in public schools, and there was establishment of a 15-member committee to look at vocational admissions process. Public transportation, $204 million to the 15 regional transit authorities. Early education and care, again, these are highlights. Early education and care, $1.67 billion. 18.5 for Head Start, $475 million for the C3 grants. Let's see, we've got so many different things. $20 million for child care resources and referral agencies. Higher ed was funded, $838 million for UMass system, $416 million for the community college system, and $409 million for state university systems. Affordability and access to home housing, $258.1 million for rental vouchers, which is really great. $207.3 million for rental assistance, the RAFT program. $57.3 million in home base, and the list goes on. Workforce, there for the Office of Workforce, $113.4 million. Some of that going into adult basic education, career technical education grants, workforce development, the whole thing. Energy and environmental affairs, 505.4 mil. Health and human services, 22.43 billion for mass health. Continuing the Health Connectors Connector Care from 2 to 3 years, their pilot program. Increasing, so House provided for 207 million for Chapter 257, providing for services for our vulnerable residents, for health and human service workers. 132 million for rate increases. Public health, we got 1.05 billion, and the Department of Mental Health 1.28 billion. Veteran services, again, they're all important areas. 81.8 million for veterans benefits, 9.5 million for veteran outreach centers, 4 million for the veterans homeless services, criminal justice, so much funding for legal services, training and re-entry programs, both to school and to the job market. But all of this is really preliminary. Still, this is a House budget. Now the Senate's going to work on their budget, and that should be out before Memorial Day. Then the two have to come together in a conference committee. From there, it then has to come back to both houses and be voted on. And then from that piece, signed in by Governor Healy. So it's a long process, but I just want to make sure you have a brief overview of some of the highlights of the budget. So please feel free to reach out with any questions, but I hope you have a great week in Plymouth. Bye.